Hi, I'm Austin Allen of Group 2, and today we'll be addressing the overarching issue of habitat rehabilitation and environmental education. So, it is known to most people, but ignored by the majority, that we as a human species are negatively impacting our planet. Every year, the temperature rises, ice caps melt, forests and coral reefs are destroyed purposely or through negligence. To narrow our focus a little bit here, Florida is considered the second most biodiverse area in the United States, only second to California. The U.S. is home to 11 different climate zones designated by temperature ranges that allow growth of different plant types. Florida, in particular, among these states is special because it contains the warmer zones 8 through 10, making it the only location conducive to growing both tropical and subtropical plants. As much as 80% of the world's forests have been destroyed or irreparably degraded in the last 10 years. And scientists say that Florida reefs have lost nearly 98% of their original growth patterns and population. Today, only 50% of the original wetlands remain in Florida. Water levels and patterns of water flow are largely controlled by an extensive system of levees and canals. Inhabited in Florida by 70 endangered animal species, and countless others are currently under threatened status. And approximately 180 plant and animal species are listed by the state of Florida as threatened, endangered, species of special concern, or commercially exploited. So why does this matter to you? And why does this matter to us? Other than the superficial level of wanting a beautiful landscape for ourselves and our descendants, friends, and family, it matters because Florida is a stepping stone for world change in regards to integrating and recovering nature's habitats into our growing future. Without healthy waterways, there's less and less clean water in the water table. Without expansive forests and healthy coral, our air becomes more polluted and harder to breathe. Without regulated and healthy populations of native species, our plants and food sources dwindle. For the more economically inclined, without a beautiful and expansive natural Florida, our economy declines as well, impacting everyone from the regular Joe and Jane to the CEO of any given company in Florida. By addressing these issues through our community partners and projects and nonprofit organizations, we plan on bringing light to these issues, actively regress them, and educate others on how they can help and advocate for a wild, happy, and healthy Florida for years to come.
Hi everyone, my name is Sarah, and for my community partner, I worked with Ocean Conservancy and Keeping Lake County Beautiful. We spent a couple hours down on Naples Beach and Bonita Beach, and we did beach cleanup to kind of help conserve healthy oceans and ecosystems. We also try to promote public education on keeping our local water bodies safe, and we did this through social media marketing. Another thing that I got to do was water pH balancing, and you can see that in this picture here. So how we do that is we take a sample of the water and we use a dropper to test the pH, and this helps to preserve and monitor healthy water for the fish and the ecosystems in certain locations. This is all really important because as we grow in urban sprawl down here in Southwest Florida, we need to keep focusing on keeping our water bodies clean for our community and for our ecosystems altogether. So that was my project, and I hope you guys enjoyed.
Hello, my name is Hannah Langley, and for my project, I worked with the Dania Beach Patch. The issue I addressed is Goal 15, Life on Land. This project helps provide fresh food for the city. This cuts back on pollution caused by produce transportation and brings the community closer to sustainable food. This project helps maintain a city garden which grows fresh, pesticide-free fruits and vegetables for the local community. The fundamental elements that guided me through my work is giving and serving. The projects both allows me to serve the community as well as give something to them. During my project, I learned how to successfully care for a garden. A setback I had was having to change my project because it was canceled last minute at South Florida Wildlife Center.
Hello, my name is Alexa Gruber, and my project objective was teaming up with Conservation Florida to help out with our broad community goal of life below water. When helping out with Conservation Florida, I got to work closely with a family friend of mine, as Conservation Florida is keen on working with family farms. The Duda family graciously let me into their citrus farms and their cattle ranch to show me how to properly pick the right oranges ready for profit and how to tell when a cow is ready for milking, and so on. Tommy Duda also took me over to the Everglades to show me around, as he knows a couple people there and he thought it would be fun to show me how to properly pick up trash around the water and how to tell when the life below the water is healthy and thriving. I went to the ranch for 2 days out of the week and I helped as much as they would allow. My community partner ties in with our main goal of life below water because I was able to pick up any trash around the Everglades and I was able to gain knowledge from Tommy and the others. This also ties in with our community goals of life on land and climate change. For those who actively are farming correctly and not abusing the earth's soil and cattle, or for overexploiting it, we can continue the resources this earth has given us. During this time, I use civic dialogue mostly by engaging with others about how to better protect this planet. What I learned from this project is that the earth is strong, but fragile, and we cannot keep overexploiting it the way we do with commercial and out-of-season farming and over-butchering the animals, as Tommy and the others at Conservation Florida have a main priority of keeping the land and the agriculture safe and steady for Florida's economy.
Hi, my name is Kimberly Chance, and my community-based issue is water pollution. It is important to our community because we live on the coast and we are surrounded by water and beaches. And if our beaches are not clean, then we will not attract tourists, which then would affect our economy and our business financially. And water pollution also affects life below water, and if marine life gets affected, humankind would be infected too. My community partner is Keep Lee County Beautiful, and I attended a beach cleanup they organized for World Ocean Day. I walked the beaches and picked up trash. As you can see, we picked up a lot of plastic. There were pool noodles left behind. There were also a lot of fishing line left. That could be dangerous because if it gets in the water, fish can swallow it, or even if it's left on land, animals can get caught in it or eat it. We also picked up a lot of bottle caps and cigarette butts. And overall, the beach cleanup was a success and made the beach look more beautiful without all the trash lying around. For this project, the element of civil engagement that I used the most was serving because I was volunteering my time to clean up the beach and help my community. I learned a lot from this project and I know I will throw my trash away now, and I hope other people will make a change and also throw their stuff away and think about other people besides themselves because they think it's not hurting anybody, but in reality it actually is. It's hurting people and other species, including marine life, that can't do anything about it and have to live in that habitat with trash when we are the ones leaving it. We just need to pick up after ourselves and be responsible. And I hope other people will learn that water pollution is a big issue, especially in our community. It not only affects us, but it affects life below water too.
This is Austin Allen of Group 2, and we are addressing the issue of environmental degradation and preservation. In the last 2 decades as a society, we have reduced Florida's wetlands by 70%, killed 98% of our coral reefs, and put over 180 native species on the critically endangered list. We as a collective under Sustainable Development Goals 13, 14, and 15, including climate change, life on land, and life below water, have each taken up action to help reverse these problems. My individual project is in conjunction with Manatee County Audubon Society, turning a retired cattle ranch into a nature preserve and sanctuary. So far, in conjunction with the community leader Zachary Holmes and a multitude of other volunteers, we've planted over 350 native plants, removed unused farming structures, and introduced native animal habitats such as butterfly gardens and bird nesting areas. This has been an amazing opportunity to use civic engagement elements like leading and serving, and helping others complete these projects, as well as giving back to my community. Working with like-minded environmentalists to plan for future projects and enjoy this growing beauty that is a piece of our natural Florida. Being a retired scout for the BSA, it was so invigorating to get my hands dirty and get involved in environmental protection. The MCAS has accepted all volunteers and interns with open arms, and I personally cannot wait to continue working with them and establishing preserves in the future. If interested in seeing the continual work we'll be doing, please reach out to any board member listed or visit their website. Welcome to the Felts Preservation Area by Manatee County Audubon Society. First time I've seen butterflies in a couple of years. That right over there is housing for our native bats. As you can see, we've been trying to establish some trails, and we plan on lining them with native foliage as well as native flowers. No animals, no fishing, stay on the trails, and don't take the plants. This is one of my favorite parts. As you can see right here, this is one of our bird housing areas for native avian species. We plan on putting up about 10 to 15 more of these as we reform this area, although we do have to do a controlled burn at some point to get rid of a lot of invasive species and get some nutrients back into the soil. This over here to the left is our butterfly garden under construction currently. We do have to put up a little bit of barricading though. Unfortunately, some of the local hikers or local youths have done a little bit of vandalism on it, but we do have a lot of native flower species all integrated so far. I am currently walking out to what we call the berm, which is like the worst part of this preserve to have to work, especially in regards to taking care of native species and getting rid of invasives. But look at all this, all of these bright green stalks are all native grasses that we brought in less than a week ago, and they were about 4 inches high. Look at that. They're huge.
Hi, my name is Alex Batilio of Group 2, and I wanted to address the issue of deforestation and preservation. Now, the Phelps Preserve is currently under attack by the Caesar weed, and just to prove how invasive this plant is, the footage you are currently watching is just an area of the Phelps Preserve that is covered by nothing but Caesar weed. And the thing about this plant is that it is not native to the preserve or Florida, so it must be removed immediately. And just to prove even further, here is a native plant that is currently surrounded by Caesar weed. And the footage you're watching now is just a few days after me removing all these Caesar weeds, and there's still plenty more to remove. Now, these plants are invasive, and they damage the biodiversity of the preserve and of Florida. And if nothing is done about it, it can severely damage the ecosystem and cause other plants to be added to the endangered or extinct species, which is something we currently do not need. This project was an eye-opening experience for me, and I hope more people continue to join me in the future.